Hello everyone, I am the Golden Scouta, and welcome to my Dragon Ball Super Episode 118 review. I will talk about the following categories for the review. Enjoy. So what I liked and did not like about this episode was Universe 2's and Universe 6's erasures. This is one of those episodes of what I liked most about the episode is also what I did not like about the episode. So on one hand, it being such a light-hearted goodbye with Universe 2 being full of love till the end, and Universe 6 bidding their goodbyes in their own ways, nobody really going apeshit over being erased, made the scene feel easy to digest and not overly dark or edgy. I thought the teams going out like that showed that these guys remain strong-minded and consistent in their personalities, even when facing erasure, and there's something to admire about that. But, on the other hand, it felt like the characters took being erased a little bit too well. I know this is Dragon Ball, where death doesn't really matter, but being erased is different, especially since the full capabilities of the Super Dragon Balls haven't even been touched upon. That scene being that lighthearted further reinforced that all or some of the universes are going to be restored eventually. I mean, as far as the universes that are fighting in this tournament are concerned, once they are erased, there's no coming back from it. So while I thought Universe 2 and Universe 6's erasures were heartfelt and had them leave a show in a positive light, I also thought the scene was a tension drainer at the same time. So for the story and pacing, this episode was all about Universe 2's and Universe 6's last stand to try to survive. I like the structure of the episode since we got to see two different fights play out, instead of how it's usually been, with most episodes focusing on just one fight, or it being a character-centric episode. The storyboard for the episode was pretty strong, as the three Universe 2 fighters really did step up, and the Universe 6 Namekians giving an explanation to how far they were willing to go in order to power up, in order to increase their odds at winning this tournament. I thought the recruitment portion really needed this, showing fighters go through great lengths to power up, but hey, at least we got it, even if it is like more than halfway through this tournament. I did think the episode was well paced, and the exposition actually added to the story and episode. So for the visuals and audio, the episode looked good, and I didn't think there was anything jarringly bad. I do like the animator's work with the exaggeration style animation. I've seen people on Twitter call this episode bad looking by literally picking out in between shots, not realizing this is a technique used to convey the force of punches or how fast someone is going. I thought the animator did a fine job with the episode. The only scene I noticed that looked flat was when Goku and numbers 17 and 18 were being trapped in the black hole. It made it feel like the attack had no weight to it. For the soundtrack, I noticed two new tracks in this episode, one at the beginning and one towards the end, and I thought both made it really easy to get into this action-packed episode. So for the character utilization, for Goku, does this whole thing of Goku having low stamina even mean anything? He was able to keep up with three Universe 2 fighters and shot a Kamehameha in his blue form. This is a terrible way to convey that he has low stamina, and it is pretty much guaranteed that he's going to end up gaining enough stamina to go Ultra Instinct again, even though there's like barely any time left in this tournament. Honestly, they should have just allowed Goku to bring Senzu if this was going to be a thing. For numbers 17 and 18, I really like them in this tournament now that they have been given some of the spotlight. And I would probably have to say the funniest part of this episode for me was when they started doing poses like Universe 2. Great Saiyaman may have a sidekick one day. So for Gohan and Piccolo, I really love the whole role reversal they had in this episode. It really goes to show how far Gohan has come, since now he's the one protecting Piccolo, instead of the other way around. And also it shows how serious he's taking this tournament. This episode delivered some really good Gohan and Piccolo moments, and it was a really good payoff to their recruitment episodes. And honestly, I'm very satisfied with how they've been handled throughout this tournament. For the Universe 2 fighters, as I stated before, I liked how these guys stepped up despite their star players being knocked out. And yes, they look goofy as hell, but mostly the big guy in Ribrianne's dress. So for the Namekians, now that we have a little bit of context about why these Namekians are so powerful, I actually warmed up to them a little bit. I do think though that their characters should have been built up more, because once we finally get some insight to them, they're gone. And I also thought their whole stabilization thing didn't really make too much sense. So, for my overall rating for this episode, I will give it a 3.5 out of 5. Wow, would you look at that? 2 episodes in a row that I thoroughly enjoyed. Now that we're getting into the late stages of the tournament, we're finally getting all these great story moments that we were looking forward to, and a little bit of tension here and there. This episode had really great character moments for everyone involved, and really gave Universe 2 and Universe 6 a proper last stand, and really did subvert our expectations. Neither universes had their all-star players and had their fate resting with the underdog fighters, and it just really worked well. Might I say, this was an actually competently written episode. I mean, aside from Goku having low stamina but not having low stamina, but that's a whole separate issue in and of itself. So next week, it looks like Universe 4 is going to get their shine with their hidden fighters. I'm just wondering how Universes 3 and 4 are going to make an impact for the rest of the tournament. I certainly did not expect them to outlast Universes 2 and 6. But we'll just have to wait and see on that. So those have been my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super, Episode 118, and the next episode preview for 119. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments section. And with that, thank you for watching everyone, and have a great day.